Good afternoon. Please introduce yourself and tell us your name and what neighborhood you live in.
Hi, I'm Mark Myers and my neighborhood is Manchester Park.
Hi, Mark. So please tell us, what is your vision, both short and long term, for the Providence Master HOA?
My overall vision is to helping Providence the best place to live in the valley. Short term, I think one way to do that is to continue to listen to our homeowners. I was elected to the Providence board last November, and I've been the representative from the board onto the Neighborhood Advisory Committee. And this is a wonderful resource for the board to understand the concerns and the needs of our homeowners. And currently we have probably 7 or 8 communities represented on this committee. And we'd like to have a lot more. We'd like to have all 27 represented if we could. And we will find a place for them, for anyone that wants to sign up. And long term, I really think that we have to look at building a community center of our own, or at least look at the option. Because right now we're renting this facility and we're paying $183,000 a year. We've got a 10-year lease. That's $1.83 million we've spent on rent. And so I think it's our responsibility to at least look and see what the construction costs are and what the long-term maintenance costs are to see if it's financially viable as an option.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mark. Describe for us why you would like to be on the board. You already mentioned you already are on the board, so why you would like to continue to be on the board, and if given the opportunity, what do you see as a priority for the incoming board?
Okay. Growing up, my parents were very active in the community. They were active volunteers, and I learned at a very early age that it was important that if you believed in something, to get involved and to give back. And I certainly believe in Providence. It's a wonderful place to live, and I want to be a part of its growth and help make the best property that it can possibly be. And as far as our priority, it's got to be finishing Huckleberry Park. We've got some significant challenges ahead of us, and we've made some headway there, and I'm confident we're going to get it done, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Okay. Briefly describe your skills and or experiences that would be of benefit to the overall success of the Providence Master HOA.
Okay. Prior to serving on the Providence board, I served for 10 years on another Centennial Hills HOA. I served 5 as president, 1 as vice president, and 4 as treasurer. And in my first term as president, we were one of the first communities to convert their yard gas lights to low voltage electricity. And there were substantial savings because we didn't have to pay that large gas bill. So that allowed us to complete several projects that we thought we were going to have to put off for a number of years. We installed bollard lights along the walking path. We enhanced our landscaping. We put in a playground. We installed a picnic shelter. We installed cameras at the front and back gates and also in the park to keep our children safe. And our new board in Providence, one of the first things we did was we replaced all of the existing light bulbs in all the common areas in Providence with LED lights. And we saw incredible savings in our monthly electric bill immediately. And the second thing we did was we replaced all the water clocks for the irrigation with water smart systems that really, initially it was expensive. It was about $50,000, but in less than 6 months, we've already had them pay for themselves. And these are savings that we're going to continue to realize for many years to come. And I've also run my own successful business for 20 years, and I hold an MBA degree.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks. Within the framework of the position you're running for, please share your strengths and weaknesses particular to leadership.
Well, in addition to my experience with HOAs, for 4 years I was the congregational president of my church. and I served as congregational treasurer for 6 years. With a local Rotary Club, I held the positions of president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and also fundraising chairman. I was active in scouting as an adult for 15 years, as an adult leader, a unit leader. I worked as a council advancement chairman, and for 6 years I was the lead advisor to a scuba diving explorer post, which was a lot of fun.
That's fun. Awesome.
And I also coached youth soccer, both travel and house league. And as a youth, I was very involved in scouts. I earned the rank of Eagle, and I held several positions of leadership in the troop and at the council level.
Great. Can you talk to us a little bit about your strengths and weaknesses in regard to financial understanding?
Sure. Well, I've served between Providence and my other HOA 5 years as treasurer. 7 years as treasurer.
Oh.
And I've gotten a lot of experience in developing budgets, monitoring overall expenditures of the HOA, making sure that reserves are funded the way they should be. And I feel very comfortable with looking at financial reports, balance sheets, and whatnot. Now, I'm not a CPA, but with my HOA experience, my experience being the treasurer of other organizations, my education, and running my own business, I have a pretty strong financial base.
Okay. Talk to us a little bit about your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to like social, building and strengthening of a sense of community.
Okay. Now, this is a tough comparison because you do such a wonderful job.
Thank you.
But when I was on the previous board, we had to wear several hats because, like Providence, at that time we had just taken over from the builder and we didn't have a lot of volunteers. So one of the things I did was I was the social committee chairman. And we had some pretty successful events. We had several times where we had a picnic in the park where neighbors could meet each other, and we'd serve barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers, refreshments, that kind of thing. And people just loved it. They got to know each other so well, and they were always well attended. And one thing that resulted from that was we were able to put together a neighborhood watch. And it really developed a real sense of belonging in our community. And at Halloween, we would do an event for the kids where they'd come with their costumes, and we'd have a parade around the park, and then we'd have a judging contest, and they'd all win something.
Cute.
And we'd have refreshments and games and crafts for the kids. And that was very well attended. And the first couple of years, during the holidays, our community was pretty drab. And so I got thinking, why don't we have a holiday lighting contest? And so with the board's blessing, I sent out a mailer to all the homeowners and advertised this holiday lighting contest. And the first couple of years, it started to improve. But by year 5 and 6, it was incredible. Everybody was trying to outdo each other, and the lighting was just magnificent.
Good.
And we had great support from local restaurants. I would go there, and they would give me gift certificates for the prizes. I had some friends of ours that lived outside of the community act as the judges, so it was completely impartial. Mm-hmm. And that really brought the community together, and it was very festive during the holidays. And I continued that longer after I left the board.
Very nice. All right, and then how about some strengths and weaknesses in regard to architectural, like understanding of established guidelines and their application?
Sure. When the first 3 years of this other HOA board, we had to be the art committee as well as the board. Mm-hmm. And so I got very familiar with their architectural guidelines. And we were pretty successful in working with the homeowners to help them get what they wanted, but still stay within the guidelines.
Great. And then Mark, briefly describe for us one aspect of a current Providence Master Homeowners Association program that you would do differently, and if so, why?
Okay. As I've said before, and I think we all know, Providence is a wonderful place to live. And I did some research on the multiple listing service. And I found that over the last 12 months, the average resale home in Providence is on the market only 36 days, and the median days on the market is only 15 days. And we're selling at over $120 per square foot. These are really great numbers. And what that tells me is once somebody is exposed to Providence and sees all that we have to offer, they fall in love with us. But the thing is, outside of the Northwest, people don't know a lot about Providence. And with Sky Canyon rolling out, they're going to get a lot of publicity. So I think it's critical that we actively promote Providence and let people know just how wonderful a place this is.
Great. And then our last question is there anything else you would like to share that you feel has bearing on your candidacy?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the homeowners of Providence for giving me their trust and their support and electing me to the first homeowner-controlled board as one of their 5 representatives. It's been an experience that's far surpassed any expectation I could have had. The board members that I'm working with are wonderful. I really enjoy working with them. We don't always agree, and we have healthy conversations during the meetings, but once we vote on something and the final direction is made, everybody gets behind it 100%, and that's the way it should be. And I'm really excited about the opportunity of serving on the board for another 2 years if elected. We've got a lot of challenges ahead of us, especially with finalizing the completion of Huckleberry Park. And it's important that we have people that are experienced in the issues. And this board hasn't been together that long. And I think it's critical that we keep that board together. So once the election is over, we can hit the ground running, because these issues are time sensitive and we've got to respond quickly. So if elected, it would be an honor for me to serve.
All right. Well,
Thank you
thank
very
you
much.
so much, Mark. We appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thanks.